Hello, my name is Justin Hinton. This is Real Issues with Justin Hinton, and the topic of today is discipline within the African American community. Discipline, when it comes to issues, has many different subtopics: respect, dignity, honor, kindness, loyalty, compassion. What each of these entails is different to many people, but at the same time, it is important to note that they all apply to everyone. The problem lies with the fact that many households are divided because of several different factors: working conditions, living conditions, time spent away from the home, and time spent within the home. Some say it is varied. This is not true. It is not varied. It is actually split quite unevenly. Most of the time is spent at work. So time away from home and time away at work, it's pretty much 90% of the time, and the time at home and time spent within it is 10% at work. It's 10%. 10% of the time you spend at home is not really going to help get over certain issues. Now, dignity can be defined in many different ways. But the truth is that in order to be dignified, you must learn what it is. Respect must also be learned. The problem is that it is often tossed aside and not used. Honor is also in this category, for it is also not used very often. The kindness is supposed to be learned, but it is often thrown away as well. Certain learned behaviors are contradictory towards what is meant to be expected when one has a household to run. If you cannot effectively maintain these factors and run the household, it falls apart. The problems that lie within are easily solved by forming a solution. The solution is formed by communication. The lack of such communication often undermines the discipline that is supposed to be enforced within the home. If it is in a job setting, that is completely different, for it is mandatory to communicate in said job setting in order to enforce discipline as well. Lack of discipline leads to destruction of order, which in turn breaks down morale and ruins good opportunities to learn many things. One of them being how to get to know somebody. How to get to know somebody is made simple by being upfront and honest with a person and by being patient with them. But patience is also a learned behavior, but it is often tossed aside, and in its place is either impatience or impulsiveness. Neither one of those two will ever be able to replace patience, and all they do is sow even more destruction. This destruction is precisely why many of our communities lack discipline. We fail to enforce these learned behaviors, which are positive, and usually enforce the negative ones, thus leading to the destruction of the community as a whole. The lack of role models is another issue in itself. For one, many role models that were supposed to be around for young men are either incarcerated, dead, or refuse to have anything to do with their offspring. This is because they have thrown away the morals that they were taught by the elders. The truly sad part is that the lack of discipline in our communities affects all involved. It does not affect just one particular person or one particular gender. It affects all involved. This is why it is important to maintain discipline within our communities. If we cannot maintain the discipline within our communities and set positive role models to aid the youth, the communities in themselves will be destroyed. Thus, it is imperative that we only teach positive learned behaviors to the youth and cast aside the negative ones so that they may grow into honorable pillars of the community. Discipline within our communities is not only right now lost, but it is often largely unenforced, and it will ruin many lives. Having no positive role models, a broken home, or other negative problems will always ruin the opportunities to train the youth and help them better themselves. This in turn ruins the community forever. For if you cannot train the youth in the correct way, how then can you train yourself? It is impossible to train yourself without first learning from those who came before you.
Shut up.
So in closing, let it be known that without enforcing positive discipline within our communities, they will all come to fail in teaching the youth. Failure is unacceptable in this day and age. Without educating the youth and ourselves, we not only lack discipline in our communities, but we fail at enforcing said discipline in our communities. This must not continue.
Did it work?